What is good, everybody? I cannot see YouTube for the life of me, but I'm just going to say that we are live.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me, Hector, man. This is always great to chat with you. And is this your first stream?
This is my first live ever, so I'm actually really excited to see, how we, how it goes. We get into it and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, me and Brandon and I, we've been talking about this for some time now. It's been about a month that we've been talking about it, somewhere around there. And we just thought, like, we have lives all over in the space right now. Everyone's always doing lives about this, lives about that, but when do we ever actually get to talk about arts on a live? It's usually market talk or interviews, spotlights and stuff like that for people. But so we thought it'd be a good idea to, get into conversation and just be able to, I don't know, man, just talk about arts. So
For sure. Yeah, one thing I'll say is everybody has their own opinion about what's a great art, what's a bad art, what's a cheesy art and stuff. And I think now we're in a place where because there's such a financial aspect to the hobby, people take stuff just so freaking serious. It's just like we can't just sit back and relax and just enjoy some art. And even just I think about the sports field and how people just go back and forth about their favorite football teams or their favorite basketball teams and they laugh. At the end of the day, it's all just in good fun. They can have a good time talking about which team is they prefer over another. But I feel like people take it so serious when we're talking about Pokemon cards. And it's so weird because it's just Pokemon, right? But here we are.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely. It's funny because people will, like you said, people will get butthurt about Pokemon and whatnot. Like it's not that serious. You know what I mean? We're definitely able to just discuss what we enjoy. We're able to share what we enjoy with one another, and like that's all it should be, right? So, yeah, no, I definitely think that's kind of a little crazy, nowadays, especially.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into some topics after we say hello. We got four people right now. Inept, what is
Awesome.
good? Inept, how are you doing, bro? Sailing, what is good? And we got Tim collects cards.
Oh, nice. The usual homies. It's awesome.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. I guess some people maybe aren't getting the live. Uh,
Oh, are we having some more technical issues?
I guess so. Hold on.
Hmm. Hey, can you guys throw something in the chat if you can see us or hear us and stuff?
Yeah, I think maybe because it's just StreamYard is so weird. I have guys, just never done this before on StreamYard, at least. So like this is, I'm learning. Like I literally hopped on here and it was like immediately just learning everything from the, from the beginning. Let's see. I started a new live. Okay, that's the issue. If one of you guys can throw this on the in the Discord, that would be awesome.
Oh,
So, all right, let's wait for a couple other people get in here. I was still in the other live. Oh, dude, I don't know why I
whoa.
started a new live. That's weird. Yeah, I was texting Sugar. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Maybe,
He's used it a
maybe,
couple times.
yeah, maybe it's like the secret live. Everyone is in the other one, and you trick them out so that they have to find their way into the real live. It's like a shadow game.
See, I think the issue is that I hadn't used StreamYard to schedule this live. I
Hmm.
used YouTube, now that I think about it.
Ah, I see.
So then StreamYard created its own live. So
All good. Yeah, hey, if they can find their way in, that's awesome. If the folks in the chat can help us out just to make sure everybody's in the right place, I think that'd be appreciated. But we probably need to push into topics just because I know that we're probably going to be we're probably going to be burning for a while, just
oh
based
yeah.
on how awesome these topics are.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We definitely got some banger topics. Hold on, baby girl.
Mhm.
So we're gonna go ahead and start with our first topic. Are modern illustrations slept on? And Brandon, I know you and I have talked a lot about this. You have a lot to say, so I will let you go ahead and start us off.
Um, I actually don't think modern arts are slept on. I think we're probably in the best time that we've ever had as far as recognition of artists. I would say the best, or like the boom or the big recognition portion. Some people could say it started out with the Giratina V Alt, and how Kondo was recognized at that time for one of the best arts of all time, just based on how elaborate the art is and how much you pretty much have to stare at it in person to appreciate it. So I think that was a good kickoff, but honestly, that wasn't, I don't consider that to be the moment that people started to recognize modern art for what it is. And I think that really belongs to last year. About this time, there was quite a bit of arts that came out, like, for example, Drowsy, some other arts that came out that really represented particular names. Like, people actually started to recognize Shinji Kanda. You know, we could talk about the Magikarp. I still don't think that Magikarp was the moment as well, but there was a minute in time, about February, March timeframe last year, where there was a boom, an artist boom. You know, we saw it across the board where arts that were probably $10 moved up to like 60, 50, $60. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not a big money guy. Like, I don't slap a price tag on everything to mean that means it's a good art. But it was the first time people recognized artists for what they were. You know, so people who are
Yeah.
Yuka Mori fans, they have Yuka Mori collections, and they started to specify and they started to identify those. And I think we're now in a place where we see that people are going, or they're getting at home and comfortable with these names. So you
Yeah.
see, like, spoiler alert for the people who haven't seen the latest release for Abyss Eye, but knowing that the Giratina Darkrai, sorry, the Mega Darkrai is going to be an Agawa art. Like, it shows that we've come a long way in the Pokemon market, where people actually, or the hobby, where people actually recognize these artists. So I find it to be incredible.
Yeah. 100%, bro. It's cool because, as a lot of you guys know, I've been editing Shug's content, and I think it's cool because I've seen a lot of real collectors who literally show up to, Josh's table, and they're asking for specific artists. I mean, there's one lady alone that like spent a lot of money. I'm not going to disclose exactly how much because, that's for the video,
Yeah.
but spent a lot of money on Komiya cards, Yukamori. There's people that are looking at Sui. There's people that
Hmm.
are looking at, and it's not just like the big names like the Shinji Kondas, the Igawas, the Komiyas. It's like, all artists are starting to get their names. Like, one that I really, really appreciate is Uninori.
Yeah, it's a
I
good one.
think I think that like their arts alone are like the best thing that we're gonna get, like the closest thing that we're gonna get to a Sugimori. And personally, like that's what I remember as far as Pokemon arts is, Ken Sugimori, the pretty much the OG, the guy who created it all. And so like the closest thing we're getting right now is Uninori. We're never gonna, I wouldn't say never, but I don't see ourselves getting Sugimori back in to, to make some arts. And even if we did, I don't know if like the art style would change or what to expect from it if we were to see like a Sugimori card pop up here within the next couple of years or whatever.
Yeah,
So
honestly, I thought it'd be awesome to see Ken Sugimori art make a debut or return for the 30th anniversary. Man, I mean, could you imagine if they just started rolling back some arts that look like that? I mean, you can see quite a bit of the arts behind me on this wall that are Ken Sugimori style art. You know, just the original Charizard design of Venusaur, of Blastoise, and stuff like that. So definitely shout out to them. I will share, like, I did have a couple cards ready to go for Uninori. So you can see
hell
here,
yeah.
we've got the Nido King, Giovanni's Nido King right here, or I think it's Rockets actually. Yeah, it's Team
It's
Rockets Nido
Team
King.
Rocket's Nido King, yeah.
Yeah, but fantastic art and great return, comfortable return to the cards that we love here. You can see here I got the Meowth, and we talked about this before, man, where it's just crazy to see how far we've come in the hobby, where you can enjoy art like this, and it has the cameo of, like, original game design, game, art, and stuff. So I'm looking forward to more, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I wasn't as prepared as you were. I was kind of scrambling last minute, so I didn't get a chance to like put some things together. I know for the next one that's something I want to have ready. But
I got you, man. I'm gonna come through with some show and tell.
yeah, I don't doubt it at all. So yeah, as far as the first topic that we have, our modern illustrations slept on. I don't think, like you said, I'm not in the camp that they're slept on. I just think that there's a lot of comparison going on, especially when it comes to new arts versus old arts, and we're gonna get into that a little bit more later.
Yeah,
But yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just saying that'll be fun.
Oh, of course, bro. That's gonna be the fun part of the live. So, yeah, modern illustrations definitely not slept on. I think they're getting a lot of recognition. I think that we're starting to see people appreciate, the artist, just the skill, the illustrations that are coming out in a way that we've never really seen before. You've got avid collectors of one set artist. You've got people that are just going, all in on one, like the same way people species collect. People are literally just artist collecting. And I think that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I found, and this is something I always tell people, and I'll continue to say it over and over again, is like, if you want to find your path in this Pokemon community, one of the best ways to do that is just to like collect the Pokemon that you love. I mean, it might be one, might be two, might be three, but like, I think right now, because things are just so expensive, it's really hard to find like what exactly people want to do as they're starting out the hobby, like what path they want to take. But one way to do that is by identifying like what is your favorite Pokemon, which Pokemon do you love, and what you'll find through that is like, hey, this particular art design, because everyone really gets a shot. Well, not I don't want to say everyone, but most people will get a shot to make art for that particular Pokemon. And you'll find your favorite art. And through finding your favorite art of that Pokemon that is your favorite Pokemon, I think you'll start to find which artist is really your preference. And you might find patterns in like, okay, well, they actually made 3 cards for that particular character. And through that, you'll start to see some really cool ideas and branches that you can have. I heard let me see, Jodo Jake, yeah, he was the one who brought this one up, is he covered Masago at one point, and he covered the Blastoise, where the Blastoise looks like he's like charging at you. Unfortunately, I can't show that card because I have to open this box. I just got my Gemming Slabs in. Otherwise, I would show you this art where like the Pokemon is just coming at you. But there's actually the Blastoise is doing that. Masago did a Scizor where they're doing that, where they're charging straight at you. And there was like a few more where they have that particular design. I didn't realize I had those cards. Like I knew I loved the arts of those cards, but I didn't realize they were all done by the same artist. So it got really cool once you get to that discovery phase of the hobby.
Yeah. No, I realistically couldn't have said it better myself. I'm trying to. So I think it's like we got a lot of people in here that are starting to species collect. And I think, like you said, that is the best way to figure out what it is that, like, where it is that you want to be, who it is that you like in the, in the space. Like, I think that it's kind of like a gateway, right? You start off with what Pokemon do you like, and you kind of branch from there to, like what style of art of that Pokemon do you like? What era, do you like? Because you're starting to collect everything of one Pokemon. So, I mean, you kind of start to really get into the weeds without having to sit there and just do crazy research, because you're already looking at, okay, focusing on this Pokemon. So for me, like, that would be Totodile, good old Totodile, my favorite Pokemon.
Is that a Cosmos?
Yes, that is a Cosmos Holo. Right.
Oh, that's really cool.
This is the promo for Mega Evolutions. So
yeah, that's really sweet. I like it.
Totodile for me is like one of those Pokemon that I would be willing to species collect. And like, just to use it as an example, I would start to look for, the mid-era cards, the vintage cards, like pretty much every single card that has come out. start building the binder, and then from there I would kind of go to, okay, do I like better the modern arts, the mid-era arts, or the vintage arts? What set? What block? Like you could really dial in
Yeah.
without, you know, you can dial in without like having to do this crazy research on all these different Pokemons, like where you're just looking at all
Right.
these different arts for different Pokemons. You're just honed in on one thing, and it does make it easier. And I kind of
Yeah.
wanted you to talk about this a little bit with your Mewtwo
Sure.
experience, because you have literally everything, like
Well,
except
let me.
cameos.
Yeah. Well, like I don't have. Yeah, you're right. Like there is the one cameo that I don't think I'm ever gonna get, which is a super secret battle Mewtwo for 1, 2, and 3, which are at least $250,000 a piece. So yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna get those cameo cards. But as far as Mewtwo goes, I'll just share my story on how or why I went that route. Of course, Mewtwo being my favorite Pokemon, but I set out back in like 2021. There you go. Yeah, I set out back in 2021 to just try to pick up a Mewtwo card a bit at a time, and I what I found was the all the different cards that they have out there. Like I started to get some discovery on, for example, the base set, where there's so many different versions of the base set, and I think I can show you. Yeah, I can. Um, so like a base set Mewtwo design has been around for a long time, but this is just one page. I got to go to the second page to show all of them. But from having the first edition, like going from like a first edition Shadowless to
Mhm.
understanding some history on no rarity cards, which are printed basically in the first 3 months or so of Pokemon's release in Japan. So it's actually rarer than the first edition Shadowless cards that people are normally fans of. But I learned that through collecting Mewtwo's in the hobby. And then you can see on the second page here, I have even more like the Evolution staff promo and the Evolutions
Mhm.
itself. So yeah, I'm not going to show the whole book, but definitely shout out to Sleeve No Cards Behind, as well as Suge Nasty. They have they have a show where they're going to be showing a showcase of my binder. Hopefully, if they actually put it in the Weekly Weedle, but you'll definitely be able to see the full binder and all. Well, I say full, but maybe like the first couple pages for 3 minutes. But is this might not be. Well, I'll make it the right time, but I'll show my favorite art of all time and my favorite Mewtwo card of all time here, which is this here Mewtwo, which is the Mewtwo V Union Jumbo card. So don't get me wrong, like you can get this divided up into 4 pieces if you just want the regular card size, but I really love how once again Akira Agawa. I didn't know that Akira actually did this art until I started seeing patterns in art. So here you can see like how Mewtwo's charging at you in the night sky. Very intense art, but once again, that's my favorite art of all time, and it still remains to be. And you can see similarities in this card here. So if you look at the Lucario V, you can see once again night sky charging with the same type of coloring. This is a Lucario V. This is a non-hollow, actually. I actually like this because it gives more focus on the art. But I do have the hollow version, of course. But just showing here some similarities in the artists that I love. So once again, that's my favorite artist of all time. Just to show some and one thing people tend to forget is like you can enjoy the hobby and not have to get expensive cards or PSA 10s of something. One of the most recent releases was this Zekrom here. And just by opening packs, like I saw this card and stared at it, and I was like, obviously this is a Igawa art. I knew it right away just by the way how intense it is, how much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they definitely are bringing it hard. Here's another one where you can kind of see like how action, like there's definitely always action. There's always a ton of particles flying around with their design.
Mhm.
Uh, Here's my favorite Raichu art of all time. Of course, it just so happens to be Egawa, you know,
Wow, that's beautiful.
but if they had this in a hollow, I would have it in a hollow, like the actual hollow. But this is the best form that I could find. I absolutely love that card. And if you don't mind, because I know this is taking a lot of time, but it's important that people find their patterns that they love, because they'll start to see what they love in their art. So this is actually not a card that was released. I'm trying not to make it too blurry here, but this is a actual. Oh, of course, we got to have somebody give shade in here, and don't worry, you're gonna hate me even more a little bit later.
just wait, yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually a TCG Pocket card done by Igawa. It's the Umbreon that came from TCG Pocket.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
But once again, like an amazing design, amazing art, intense. And if they actually came out with the card, then I think it would have been like a game changer. But yeah, I'm just showcasing why Agawa is my favorite artist. But yeah, what's yours? What's your favorite artist?
So my favorite artist, let's see, because I like I said, I just started with the with the Illustrator series, because for starters, I don't think we see enough of that type of video. And I'm planning on being here for the long run, so I wanted to educate myself even more. What better way to educate myself than by making a series where I'm literally researching, and these videos take a long time, dude, like easily a month just between research. I want to make sure that everything is perfect, that everything is factual, that everything is accurate, that you can actually walk away from this video and learn. So as far as right now, I would say my favorites have been, I have a couple that are kind of like at the top of the top. I haven't picked a all-time favorite yet, but out of all of them, I definitely would say that, the go-tos are Uninori, and that's because it, like I said, it reminds me of Ken Sugimori. It reminds me of that, like that. I don't know if you can pull that up again. That Team Rocket's Nidoking.
Yeah,
such a beautiful, and it reminds me of literally the original Nidoking design by Sugimori.
right.
Like,
It gives me definitely that Rhydon feel, original design of Rhydon, and of course, this is just absolutely gorgeous. And I didn't appreciate this one initially. It wasn't until I actually looked at this card a little bit harder that I appreciated it. Online, I think the scans make it look very dull and flat. But looking at it in person, it's awesome. And then if anyone's on this and they don't really know the difference between Japanese and English, I strongly recommend just picking up the same card in Japanese and English, especially for these SARs or the secret rare cards, just to see, like, it's almost as if you get the Japanese version, it's almost like you have the true intent or the true design behind that card. Like, I feel like they really do express the art a little bit better. So sometimes you can't judge the art just by looking at a flat picture. I think the same thing will apply to the Mega Darkrai, because looking at that picture right now, it reminds me of when they released the images of the Crown Zenith gold V-Star cards. So the Arceus, the Giratina, and Palkia and Dialga cards. Like, so those cards they looked very flat and they looked far away. Like, they looked too small. So it looked like what exactly are they trying to express? You couldn't really see it.
yeah.
And everyone was betting hard that, and they're probably right, that the Mewtwo would have been like the top card of the set. But initially, people opened it and then they started staring at those cards, and that's when they started to appreciate it. I think the same thing will happen later on for when Abyss Eye comes out.
Most definitely. I know we were talking about that earlier. I don't know if it was during the members call or after the members call. But I think one of the biggest things is like
for the members chat, man. We were on that chat pretty much 8 hours or something.
Yeah. Like the regular members call, and I think we were in there for like another 3-4 hours, just chatting it up and stuff like that, talking about pretty much everything. Like, I think one of the things that I mentioned was, I know that I appreciate how some of these arts look like in the new set release Abyss Eye. However, I think that I can't make a decision on whether I love them or not until I have them in hand. I've already
Absolutely.
looked at some of these Chaos Rising cards. Obviously, the Japanese equivalent, which is better. Better, just better colors overall, better print quality, all that. But I think like once I saw like the Froakie, Frogadier, and the Greninja SAR or the Mega Greninja, I like side by side. You know how they're supposed to be connecting arts, dude. I was like, yeah, no, I love these cards. And granted, I may be a little biased because I am a huge Greninja fan. But once I saw the arts together, I was like, dude, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? They did a
Yeah.
really good job with these textures. I mean, they're just getting better and better with each set, it seems like.
Hmm.
And like the same thing with like Nihil Zero, Perfect Order. I kind of, I jumped on the bandwagon, I would say, and I shot on the what was it, the Meowth SAR, the
Hmm.
SIR. When I saw it in person, I'm like, dude, like this is actually really dope. Another card, like I'll show you right now. I actually have one right here. I was doing some pre-grading yesterday. One card that I had that particular feeling about was this card right here.
Oh, Rotom. Oh my, hey, can you hold that up for a sec? So it's funny you mentioned like that you actually like this card. I do think that this is a great way to do what the first partner sets are doing, but do it in the right way. So I think when people hear that like, oh man, these cards are all like just look like stickers, they don't quite understand why we say that. Like, why do people say that the first partner packs cards look like they're, stickers, or that they look lazy? They look like that because they don't actually, and I'm sorry if I'm killing your hand,
Oh, you're good, bro.
but they don't look like the entire art was wrapped around that card. It looks like someone made a bunch of background, like, oh, let's throw some cameos in the back of a card and then slap the Pokemon on the front. You could have put any Pokemon on the front of
Yeah.
that, in the front of those cards. You don't, it doesn't actually matter, right? The rest of it doesn't actually have synergy with that Pokemon. But if you look at this card here, this Rotom is surrounded by its different transformations. It makes perfect sense. Yes, it is in the middle. Yes, it's flat. Yes, someone could argue that looks like a sticker art, but at the same time, it was done on purpose, and everything around it looks like it's part of that sticker.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's a much better design than what's been going on lately. We'll
Yeah.
get into a little bit more of that later, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. And like, so the thing I love about this card, and like when I first seen it, I was like, ew, like I'm a huge color guy and color
Hmm.
matching. And I think
Yeah, yeah.
that this card does the contradictory colors very well.
Hmm.
As you can notice that you got the I think, I don't know, I can't remember what this one's called, but this one is red. Then you have green, which don't go together, and then blue to like throw
Hmm.
it off even more with some
Yeah,
purple over here. But like I think the way that they put these together, where they're each their own little section of the card, and then you have regular
right.
Rotom in the middle, is like so well made. And this is one of those cards that I just shat on. And then when I seen it in person, I'm like, dude, that
Yeah,
actually looks really nice. Like the texture is beautiful. It's not the most expensive card in the world, but it looks so good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
And
I see what you mean about the
mhm.
kind of like tying it in with the first partners. Don't get me wrong. I love, I was talking about the Total Dial earlier. I love that Total Dial
Yeah,
first partner card, but you're right to a degree, right? They could have incorporated everything that they incorporated in a better fashion, kind
right.
of, piecing it together in a way where it makes sense rather than it just looking like some big jumbled mess, like I let like my 5-year-old just sit there and just put stickers all over one of my cards. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
understand what you mean by that.
yeah. I think. Do you remember the Genesect card? If we're talking about colors, there's a Genesect SAR. I want to say. I just can't remember what set it's from, but they do such a good job of implementing colors into that art. I don't own it,
Is it the
but
alt art?
it's an alternate art. It has like deep reds and like it's like kind of a fear, like a Terminator look to it.
I know
It just
exactly which card
it
you're
has
talking about. I
reds
had it
and
in my
purples
collection.
and blues in there. No, not the breakdancing one. That one's Sword and Shield era, I think. The one I'm talking about is actually either Scarlet Violet or Mega. I just can't put it. It looks like he's hunting. He's hunting someone, and someone's hiding in the corner. It's a POV of. Oh, okay. Tim Collect Card says Black Bolt, White Flare, Genesect. So it would be an art. It wouldn't be an alternate at that case. In that
Oh, I
case.
see which one you're talking about. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. Let me see if I can figure this out. But you can keep talking, bro.
Yeah. But I know this was talked about in other lives or in other chats before. But when you're talking about where art can go and like why is this era so different than the other eras, is like it looks like the artists have full reign to design these cards in the way that they see these characters, and they're not restricted by the like pure lore. Like there might be some lore and some key aspects of that, but it seems like they're basically given free reign to do as they wish with those. So I really love that perspective.
Is this the one you're talking about? Am I showing it?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, here we go. My bad. There we go. See,
Yeah.
we're learning.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's got those like someone mentioned this before, so I don't want to steal someone's thunder away, but it makes a great point that the red represents a lot of the fear aspect of this situation, and then the greens and the blues is like kind of a safety aspect. So understanding that like you're in the green zone or you're in that zone where you're safe, and then they're being hunted, like such a great contrast here, as well as having the colors that contradict each other or contrast from each other. So fantastic art here.
Most definitely. Let me see. What was I gonna look at? So yeah, I wanted to highlight this comment by Shug. Some artists are amazing with storytelling with their arts. So one of the best parts about making these videos, and it gets me really excited and hyped up because I've been looking a lot towards the Illustrator contests.
Yeah.
They do an interview every single time with 2, 3, sometimes 4 different artists, and they will put it all in English so that we can understand what it is that the questions they're asking them, and then what the responses are. And so I forgot who it was. I know it was Igawa, because it was when I was making the Igawa video, but I think it's Saito was the other one. And they were doing a dual
Saito's a gangster. Like they got some really good art.
Yeah, they were doing an interview. I can't remember if it was Saito, maybe Sui. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I know it was Igawa and somebody else, and they were explaining how they went about coming up with their illustrations. So for Igawa specifically, the way that she comes up with her illustrations, and it's cool because once you hear this, you start to kind of apply it and see every time you look at their arts. Now you're going to be thinking, So the first thing that they do when they're going to make an illustration for a Pokemon, whenever they receive the Pokemon that they have for whatever set, right? They literally go straight to the Pokedex and they read the description. I'm going to pull up a card here in just a second. Give me one sec.
It's funny because sometimes those descriptions can be like out of control. Like they can end up killing people or something like that as soon as they start looking at the description based on what
for real
like those descriptions would be.
Most definitely. That makes sense. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
While you're doing that, you're probably going to talk about this at some point, but I do have a couple Yukamori cards that I'll show to everybody. I think that is really cool to show these because they're actual clay models. Like to know that is insane. I'll try to get closer. It'll blur, I think, if I get too close. But the fact that these are like actual clay, like claymation, or I don't know if you want to call it claymations, but clay models. And that you can see these in museums and stuff. It's just, I didn't know that, like I didn't know that until there was like a world championship like display that showed these actual figures. And then I paid more attention to it. But before I knew that, I thought they were just like somebody's digital design or something. I didn't know.
You know what's cool? I found out that Yukamori made clay arts just because I do bulk. I was, looking through cards and sifting and, set sorting, alpha sorting and all that. And I seen the Yukimori cards, and like I started to see that they stood out a lot. I'm like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? And then I would look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a clay model of the Pokemon, perfectly done, by the way, and then put into its environment, right? Just put somewhere outside where it would represent where the Pokemon would be, based on their typing. And like, dude, I fell in love with Yukimori's arts after that. But let me show you something. So this art,
Oh my
Ninetales.
god, yeah. Yep.
This is an Igawa art. The reason Igawa came in and made this art was because and she explains it, the Pokedex entry for Ninetales, it says that Ninetales tend to live for thousands of years. And so this presentation here is supposed to be Ninetales looking over. You see how there's like a city, it's all lit up and stuff.
Yeah.
She thought of that same Ninetales standing on that same cliff, seeing this city be built over time.
That's
Does that
insane.
make sense? Like,
yeah, that's incredible,
from the
dude.
very beginning, like there being nothing but forest. Over time, you start to see, people move in, developing, taking down, trees and whatnot, them building a village, then from a village to like a bigger city, then so on and so forth. And like, this is what they came up with.
Yeah, so, I think people are going to be buying out this card now that you showed that. You should have told me you were going to show this before you put it on. Oh my god. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And one thing I'm seeing is there really is a pattern with her arts. This one has a lot of like the purples and the purples and the reds in there, and a lot of her arts have the purples and reds. It really works well together. And I'm thinking that I might need to put together an Igawa binder. I'm just not ready yet.
There's another one that I want to show, but before I do that, I'm gonna start off our next topic because we've gotten hung up on the first one. Our second topic for today is, are older arts overhyped? Brandon, what do you think?
Oh my god, we're going there, huh? Like we're just taking the gloves off already.
We're 37 minutes in. We might as well, right?
All right. So, well, let's talk about. I'm going to give some background on this one here because Hector and I, we've been talking about this for a minute, and it really boils down to, I don't think the parameters were right when people started off this Pokemon hobby. And I think a lot of these base set cards are really just, they're just like, hey, draw a card real quick and slap it behind some background or whatever. We need to get this thing out. And I don't think people actually took the time to figure out what they were doing. And so I'd say most of when I'm talking about like the vintage era, a lot of those cards I actually don't like. Like, frankly, the only reason I think that they're appreciated is because they are vintage, like because they are old, except for, of course, my boy King Sugimori. Like, come on now, like that. They knew what they were doing. They took time into their work. But a lot of stuff didn't make sense. I could pull up a binder that has a bunch of like vintage stuff, but I think I'll try to get through this one a little bit quicker so that I don't get freaking banned from ever speaking again. Like just to give a couple hot takes, like the base set Charizard, I think is trash. Like I really don't like the base set Charizard. I don't like the weird thing with his head. I can't get into that. There's a couple cards that have that weird stuff. So Dark Charizard, freaking beautiful. Like I think that they owned it. They were freaking kings when they made the Dark Charizard. I think you name it. Like I think the Blastoise looked pretty good. I think the Venusaur looked pretty good. But just depending on the card, I think they didn't really do it for me. Another card that I used to have, and I don't care that I got rid of it, was the Gengar. Oh man, can you pull up cards here?
Yes,
Are you ready to pull up cards?
Most definitely. What would you like?
What is this freaking card called? I think it's just Dark Gengar. I think it is, where he's just stretched out and just looking really weird.
I got you. Hold on.
Let's see here. I'll try
I
to
got you.
hunt for it.
Share screen. Boom. Hold on.
It looks like a freaking piece of paper, man. Yeah,
Ooh.
that one. Just what the hell? Um, and look at that freaking price tag, man. Like this is just like to me. I don't care at this point. I mean, I gotta look at that year stamp, but they could have watched one episode to see what this sucker's supposed to look like. And you know, there's so many people. Like I got it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but if you're into this card, something's probably wrong with you. Like $1,000. What are we doing right now? I mean, I could pick up like 50 cards that are much better than this, dude. Get this out of here, dude. My kids could do a better art than this one, you know. Like this is just really sad.
Yo,
But
yeah. I
hey,
completely.
let them come, dude. Like let's go. I mean, we're gonna get our chance though, Shug. We're gonna get a chance to chat about
Yo,
these.
I mean, but are you wrong though? Like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I love a bunch of like Kasube older arts. I love a bunch of just vintage arts. Like there are some really, really well done arts.
yeah, but
But
that ain't
like,
it.
no. Like some of these
No,
are
sir.
just, you know,
Yeah. I
some
got
of
another
these.
one.
This
Sorry.
one to me, no, you're good. You're good. This one to me looks like Gengar with a bad hair day, bro. Like,
Yeah, it looks to me like do you know what's his face? Meathead? I can't remember from Hunger Team, Aqua Team, Hunger Force, something like that.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
What's his name? Meat something. But yeah, he reminds me of that dude. Yeah. Yeah, the other one I found that was like, what is going on? Is this Teflosion 64? Like if you look up that one, it's another one where like we obviously are in
Okay, I know
the
what you're
best
talking about.
times, like the best of times lately. So when people complain about arts, like they need to be looking back on some of these.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go.
All right, this is for you Typhlosion fans out there. You got to zoom in on that sucker.
Let's see here. Hold on. I can't. I don't know how to zoom in on it here. Let me see.
If you do a control scroll, it'll zoom.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Obviously not the best, but it doesn't matter anyway. Like, look at that trash. Like, what is going on here? Like, the dude looks like he's got triplets or something inside of him.
No, you're right. You're right. Some of these, like, I agree. I don't know what some of these artists were thinking back in that time, and it's kind of cool though to be able to see like the evolution of art throughout time, because like one artist that I think has gotten a lot better. Some of the arts he used to make were a little, I don't know, man, a little weird. Where's Komiya?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Some of those older Komiya arts.
Go ahead and speak on Komiya. I'm curious what your opinion is of Komiya.
So don't get me wrong, I love Komiya arts. Not all of them though. Let me pull this down. Not all of them though. So I'm gonna pull one up right now. One sec, hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube, but yeah, you go for it. I'm curious what your favorite Komiya art is.
So let me see here. Where is it? My favorite Komiya art. That's kind of a tough one because I have quite a bit that I like.
I got you. I mean, I'm curious, like any Komiya art that you.
Damn, it's like that, Brandon.
Yeah. Dude, I hate Komiya, dude. I can't stand that freaking artist. Like, I mean, like we can go, but like, yeah, I'm just curious,
So Komiya art that I like is like the Drowsy. The Drowsy, I really like the Drowsy art from I think it's SV Base. Or no, that's not.
No, I can't stand that card, dude. That card looks high as hell. I don't understand it, dude. It's crazy, man. Oh no, dude. I hate that card. The Snorlax Eevee one.
Oh, I know which one. The tag team, the one where it looks like he has like something in his mouth. He's like eating
No,
something.
no, I can't get in. I can't get on those cards, dude. I can't. This dude is obviously on shrooms. Like if you've seen, if oh no, like all those munch cards they can go to. I'm sorry.
Hey, we
It's
promised you guys hot takes. Here you go.
yeah. I mean, go ahead and clip me and stuff. But I mean, I'm just not a fan of those. You can like those arts where they just look so freaking weird. Like they look so funky, and it is. I got it. Like this is supposed to be an art style thing, but they're going too far into the mushroom land. Like they're yes, like Tyler's freaking right, man. All the munch cards are ass, dude. Like there's no reason they should be where they are right now. I think they're just so like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm good on that. They all look. Oh, I can't say this on your channel. If it was Tyler's channel, I'd say something, but I can't. I'm not gonna
I don't
say.
care, bro. Say whatever you want, bro. This
No,
is a
I'm not
live
gonna
stream.
say
We're saying
they look
whatever.
like they dropped the soap, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like all of them look like they dropped the soap. Like if you just look at the Pikachu, look at the Psyduck, and look at the Eevee or whatever, like just look at them and then just imagine that there's soap right in front of them. And that's what they look like. They don't look like they're actually scared.
You know what? One that I like is the Komiya Psyduck, the one where he's laying down. You know what I'm talking about?
You're going to pull that
Platinum. Hold on, I'll pull it up right now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm sure the comments are like killing me right now. They're probably like, "Oh my god, you just talked about my goat."
Right here, hold on. I gotta pull up. Let me share my screen. Okay, here you go. This one. I've been seeing. You don't like him, bro?
Is this your king? Is this your king?
It's not my king, but it's a Psyduck card and it's cute, you know.
It's
just a little innocent, innocent. It's one of, let's put it like this. It's one of the least.
It's the safest
Komiya cards that he has made. Like,
yeah, it's definitely a safer option. But I mean, I will say the perspective is pretty good. I think that Gulpin that you're talking about is probably in the direction of the next card that I think is the ugliest card I've ever seen. But I'm curious. I think it's the one I'm thinking about.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, it's
that's cute. I like that.
So should let me know, because I see that guy in a lot of Komiya art. It looks like it's the same guy with the weird face and just like the weird look. You know, there's a ton of arts with that character, I'm pretty sure. Same hairstyle. No, I'm sorry. I can't get into that, man. Like, it's just so weird. It's so sketch. It reminds me of kind of Magic School Bus when they went in the deep end, like when they started going too far on the designs and stuff. But I know we're probably gonna save it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you like my least favorite card of all time. Is the EVGX. It's XM233.
Let's see. You said SM233.
Yeah. This is like it's EVGX. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this card either, bro. Like,
been eating too many ice creams. Like, what is happening here, dude? Like, what exactly? Like, is this your $41 card right here? Is this what you're bringing home?
Jeez,
I would never, as an EV collector, bring that home. Yo, so as a military guy, we have something called a dependopotamus. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
I know Shug would appreciate this, and then folks that are in the military know what I'm talking about. But it's when, and I'm sorry, I don't actually condone this, but it's perfect because this expresses the dependopotamus of the Pokemon hobby. it's when you have like a spouse. It could be male or female, it doesn't matter. But like you have a spouse that doesn't do anything. They just stay at home and just ask for you to cook for them, clean for them, give them money, stuff like that, and they just go shopping and stay at home all day on the sofa. So we call those people dependopotamus, and this is like a dependopotamus EV. So
Dependopotamus is crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is because like initially when you marry them and stuff, they look real hot and stuff, and then after over time they start to just transform, and so that's that concept to me.
No, I could definitely see where you're coming from with that. I'm pulling up one that the Komiya artwork that Bondale wanted me to show. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I don't think I know that. Probably for a good reason.
It's not bad. I actually kind of mess with it, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
There you go.
Might get me convinced. Oh no, dude. No. Oh no, freaking Wizard of Oz, dude. They're on the Mushrooms Brick Road, like the fucking shrooms road. What is going on? Like, why is he upside down? Where the fuck is he even on land? Like, is he floating? Like, what is happening right now?
It doesn't man, everybody seems to like it except you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, all right, fine. You guys can go ahead and purchase that, and then I'll.
$35 in English.
Yeah, wasn't there a Duraludon or something like that card with Komiya where they're just freaking high as hell, just the same as this one?
Let me see.
Yeah, it looks like if you were in the Spider-Verse and they get spaghettified, and then there's all these like crazy looking things going on. That's what this kind of reminds me of.
Duraludon. No,
it might be one of the evolutions, but it's a art rare, I'm pretty sure.
Do you know what set it's from?
Oh, somebody in the chat knows. Somebody's a fan of. Obviously, everyone else is a fan of Komiya. So, yeah, let's see here.
Oh man, hold on.
Oh my god, no. Let me see here. I gotta find this card, dude. It's so
wait. I can explain.
Yeah, he's got like it looks like candy and stuff just popped all over the place and just random colors. Or it might be like Arcleodon. I can't say all these dang names.
Yeah, I was like, dude, when I came back into the hobby, there's like way too many names for me to keep track. Like, we went from 151 Pokemon to like damn near 10,000. It feels like.
Yeah, it's I think I found it here.
Let's see.
Well, here. It's interesting. So they must have a full set. They must have done all of them because there's a Arctibax. It's 076 SV2P. This is the Japanese way to look it up, but this is just the first. This is another evolution of it. So all three arts together must make the full set of trash that people love so much.
You said what was the number for it so I can look it up?
06 let's see here. 06 oh sorry 076 okay. Art ARCTIBAX.
Arctibax, this one?
Yeah. And then Baxcalibur was the final one. The one that I was thinking about was actually Baxcalibur.
Okay.
Yeah, so they did a set of 3. So for all the fans out there that love these trippy arts, you're in for some gold here.
Is it this one from Paldea Evolved?
You have to display it.
Oh, my fault. I thought I had.
It is Paldea though. Yeah, that's the final one. So that's the one I was talking about, where it's just Like, come on, man. Like, you couldn't even try to make it make sense.
Listen,
It's
I
just,
mean, not gonna lie, it looks like a masterpiece. Like, okay, it may not portray the Pokemon in the way you want it to, but I'm not gonna lie, like I like the colors, you know? It looks pretty crazy, like, you know, and like it's one of those arts that like has depth and like you have to sit there and just like stare at it to be able to make sense of what is going on, which I mean, that's kind of like what art is all about, right? It's like just, you know, painting a more than just a picture. It's painting like a thought or you know, an idea, and like what you had,
mm,
just putting it on paper. So it may not be like everybody has their different, you know, their own ways of expressing it, and they're subjectively like good and bad ways to do it, right?
yeah.
um
Yeah. And obviously I'm just, in good jest, but like, yeah, that's not my flavor, but I definitely like if you're a fan of abstract art, then this is definitely for those people.
No, I think this is a really cool. I think this is probably the coolest, one of the coolest Komi arts I've ever seen. I didn't even know this. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't even know this Pokemon existed. Okay, I've
Yeah,
never heard of
they don't
this
get
evolution
love in
line.
the games either.
Yeah,
For
I've
good,
never
for
heard of
good
this
reason. They don't
evolution
know what to
line.
do with them.
But hey, it looks cool. It's a pretty cool card, bro. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, yeah, for those who are Komiya fans out there, you're getting your fix in today. So congrats, you guys.
You're fixing a couple smacks across
Yeah, just
along the
imagine
way.
you guys could have a Mega Ray in this form with your favorite artist.
Yeah,
And
literally.
my wallet can take a break. So I appreciate that.
So I wanted to bring up another topic. And this is a question I want to ask you as well as the chat, to see if anybody, you know, has any ideas or thoughts. Which illustrators are the future of Pokemon in your opinion?
So were you asking me first, or like was it a chat first and then chime in? I'm not sure what the order
Oh,
would have
you
been.
can go first because the chat was, you
Really.
know, we'll let the chat think on it and stuff like that. You and I
Yeah.
have talked about this enough to where we can kind of, you know, formulate some opinions and stuff.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
kind of scared to do this because because I love them, but I'm not. I'm trying to keep these, you know, in good taste. So
oh, we're trying to
there's
gatekeep.
so yeah, this is like art gatekeeping, right? But I don't think people have stared close enough at these trainer gallery cards with blue in there and green. If you're in Japan, this is green instead of blue. But these arts, as we were talking about Kintsugi Mori art and people that get close to that type of art, this is one of the arts that they have where it's watercolor style. It's Iribi, so Iribi, can be very difficult to say, but yeah, they have some fantastic arts and they've done some great work. Most people might not know it, but they actually did the Crown Zenith Pikachu as well. You can still see that art where they have a lot of the watercolor style in here as well.
That's awesome.
But yeah, this is my pick for Up and Rising Star. And if I was gonna say that like someone probably deserves to have like a top hit as one of the cards that they illustrate, I would love to see their art be displayed.
Okay,
Like that.
okay.
What about you?
So, I mean, I gotta go with my top pick right now. Really, actually, you know what? I will say, okay. After doing some of these Illustrator episodes, I've come to realize that So is kind of one of those like people know the name,
Hmm.
but I feel like they haven't been in the limelight as far as having some of those big hit, you know, cards out. Like I think their biggest card has been the two biggest cards are obviously the Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike
Hmm.
and then the Espeon V from Evolving Skies.
Which is my favorite evolution alt art card. Just so you
Really?
know. Yeah.
Wow. I love the storybook like color like the storybook type of style that they have, I think it's really cool because when you start to look at some of the stuff that they do outside of the TCG, same style. I've seen at some of there's the TCG that they have in Japan. I forget what the name was, but it looks a lot like it looks a lot like our Ultraman. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's like it's it's got the same storybook style. I don't know if I included the art in the video, but I may have a picture somewhere in my folders from from doing the research and stuff like that. But even with because they make jigsaw puzzles. They're very involved with like children things. Obviously, they've got that storybooks style of art, and clearly that's like what they prefer to do. They make children's storybooks. Go figure. You know what I mean? Sorry, I was just got distracted by the chat, but yeah, I think that's an artist that we definitely need to see more cards, more big hits. I would love to see that style on like a ferocious Pokemon, like maybe not Darkrai, but like imagine seeing a Giratina Sao art.
Yeah, I'm totally into it, and I'm totally for it. So I totally agree, man. Nothing to argue there about their art, and some of the things that I've seen from is just the way that they have a little bit more color pop or color contrast in their art. So I love the way that they play around with that. I would look forward to seeing if you do that one as the next video to cover, artist to cover. But whenever it comes out, I'll definitely look forward to that. I do want to give a shout out to you because like you're doing one of the things that I haven't seen yet in the hobby, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't been a fan of looking at too much YouTube, because there's not a lot of real artists or like people who care about the art out there that are actually talking about the art. A lot of people are just talking about like how the financials are doing, and that just is so boring right now. It's such a it's so sad to see, because the whole reason that this hobby still continues is because of those artists that put so much work into making sure that we come back and we want to see those cards again. So I once again just like appreciate everything you've done. Shout out to Henry for actually connecting us to just through our natural connections. So I really appreciate all like both of you guys for what you do.
No, I appreciate it, bro. It really does warm my heart. Like I was talking to you about it earlier, and I'm kind of gonna share it here as well. One of the coolest things, and like kind of the reason why I started even doing this style of content, because like before I was doing just kind of just sharing my opinions on things, and the reason I started doing this specific type of content is first off, shout out my wife. She gave me the idea for the very first Meet the Illustrator video ever. We were talking on the phone, and she's not like 100% into Pokemon like I am, but she definitely she's very involved, right? She likes to help me, ponder things. Like when I'm all in on something, she like kind of tries to be like my support and like kind of push me further into it and stuff like that. So she came up with the idea. We started discussing kind of how to go about it. And I shot the idea to Henry one day. And Henry was like, and he was, shout out to him as well, because not only did he connect me and plug me with a bunch of really, really cool people, you included, Josh, Shug, and JTR, like so many people in the Discord, Tyler, Heart Attack, everybody in the Discord. And he definitely pushed me to just go all in on the Illustrator videos. Yeah. And I think like when I made the decision, I was thinking very long term. Like we know Pokemon is not going to be like this forever, right? I think we can all agree that there will be a point in time where the dam is going to break. It's going to burst. And if I guess to put it lightly, if you're not swimming, if you haven't built a foundation that can float, you're just gonna sink, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's coming in here and just getting straight into like like
Pricing,
financial
market
content.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
market stuff. Like all we talk about is a market watch, doing this, doing that. How much does
right.
this cost? Look at these PSA 10s, over undervalued, overvalued, blah blah blah. Like it's all money.
Yeah,
And like I'm, like that's part of what I'm associated with, right? I own a business in Pokemon. I make money off of Pokemon, but I love Pokemon. I've been like neck deep in Pokemon since I was a child. And so building part of building that foundation was finding something that really interested me that was also very lacking, like you said, in the
mhm,
space, that I could be just a person to bring it to the light. And I feel like it's cool because like I've seen the effects of, to a degree, I've seen the effects of me starting that route. People are talking more openly about arts. Like artists were already popular. Like you already had your Shinji hype, Igawa hype, and all these other artists that we mention every day. But it wasn't a topic that people were just throwing around and we were just like really, really getting into. And like, I really enjoy being able to see that effect, right? I'm really,
mhm.
I enjoy being able to like kind of start something like that,
Absolutely.
take the attention away from the monetary and just put it onto the artworks, the
Right.
illustrators, because I feel like one of the biggest things is like one of the main reasons why the illustrators thing started was because illustrators weren't getting like, yeah, your Shinji was, your Igawa was, but like what about all the other amazing illustrators? Like what about all the people that participate in the illustration contest every time that they run it?
Yeah.
Like what about those illustrators that don't get the chase cards that often? Like
Right.
I feel like that was a good way for me to kind of share my passion with illustrations and illustrators, but also at the same time kind of be able to put some light on some of these guys that and gals that do such a good job, but we just kind of brush over them. Like
Yeah,
South South to
absolutely.
me was amazing pick, and I'm gonna reveal that the reason I even made the South South video to begin with was because Shug watched the Igawa video, which
Mm.
Henry was the one who wanted the Igawa video. He's like, dude, I would love for you to do a video on Igawa. My very first video was on Ken Sugimori. And although the edit wasn't very good, I think the information was great.
And yeah,
if you want to
you got to
watch it
start somewhere.
purely,
And
yeah,
starting big. Yeah.
for sure. I think if if you want to like learn about Ken Sugimori, it's a great video. And who better to start the series than the person that literally shaped what Pokemon look like nowadays? If it
Right.
wasn't for Ken Sugimori, would uh uh would Nidoking look the way he does? Would Pikachu look the way it does? Would Charmander look the way he does? Would we have a Charizard? Would we have a Blastoise? And like build off of that, like he's literally the OG, and we have to
Yeah.
give all respects to him because if it wasn't for him, bro, I mean, we wouldn't be discussing this right now. You know what I mean? Who knows if
Sure.
Pokemon would have
Sure.
even been a thing?
For sure. I mean, you're talking about not just the trading card hobby, but you're talking about Pokemon, period. Like Pokemon, from like its initial art concepts and designs to like refine. Because I remember in some early conversations, and I'm sure you're probably going to cover this at some point, but the Pokemon, although they're supposed to, capture that idea of like bug capturing and things, a lot of the Pokemon were a little bit more gnarly. And through refinement for the video game, they started to make characters a little bit more chubby, a little bit more, friendly, like somewhere between cute and cool. Like they wanted them to
Hmm.
be a little bit in the middle. So you see that refinement process in Kensugi Mori's art. And I think over time, like now we're at the point, after having what six or so iterations of what Pikachu looks like, you can
Yeah,
kind of see how thoughts of what characters should look like or how they should express themselves have changed over time. So it just shows that, like, they really are a trendsetter, that they made the foundation for where we are right now.
yeah. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ken Sugimori had like I don't want to get this number wrong. It's in the video, but I think it was like somewhere
Yeah.
around like a couple hundred cards made, right? I mean, we're talking about like more than anybody else, like more than a lot of these illustrators put together, bro.
Yeah,
They are
I can see that.
literally what shaped, not just this hobby, but like the video games. And you know what? They still take place. There's okay, Ken Sugimori's still around. Like he's still helping out with designing the Pokemon, the new Pokemon. He's still like in the back scene,
Mhm.
in the back scene, just helping shape still what we're seeing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
Um,
cool because you're seeing like the evolution of what Pokemon was to what it's become now. And like we criticize as much as we want to, bro, but like can we really come up with some of the stuff that they've come up with?
yeah. It's going to be a wild show, and I think it'll be the equivalent of a Akira Toriyama to Toyotaro situation, where you basically have the master and the student transfer relationship happening, where it basically and who takes that mantle, I don't quite know yet. I think that the closest that we're going to get to is Uninori, but like for right now. But I think we're at that point where someone is going to become that new student to drive that art home.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could kind of shift gears a little bit, I'd like to say, like, if I could ask for anything from the Pokemon Company, I would ask for them from the video game perspective to come up with a spin-off game. You can call it Legends, you can call it whatever you want to, but I would love for them to bring a 2.5D version in the Ken Sugimori style
Mm-hmm.
to Pokemon for a video game, like so that the entire game is basically a watercolor perspective, and then going through the forest and everything like that in kind of a Wind Waker fashion. You know, Wind Waker, one of the reasons why Wind Waker works so well even today is because it's not trying to keep up with the modern tech or modern art style. And I think
Yeah.
right now the you can see Gen 10 is being strained. Not necessarily you could argue like for days of whether or not it's actually being strained if they actually put money into it,
Yeah.
but you can tell that they're reaching a point where they have to make a decision on, do they maintain what the idea of that character was back in Gen 1 versus going full-fledged like Monster Hunter and having like fur on everything, and like they're trying to figure that balance.
Like detailed graphics, yeah.
Exactly. So I think they can solve the problem of like, how do you make something new but still maintain that heart of Pokemon? Is changing the art style into something a little bit more watercolor palette esque. Getting or changing make it 2.5D or something like that, so that you have a little bit more flexibility in how you express these characters. I
Yeah.
know we're going off a tangent, but it's still talking about the illustrators.
No, no, no. Dude, I love where the conversation has been going. For real, for real. I looked it up, by the way. Over 900 cards have been designed by Ken Sugimori. Mind you,
Wow.
he's not illustrating anymore.
Yeah.
He's on the back end, but 900 cards.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, I'm just looking at my wall back here, and there's quite a spread of
Yeah.
cards just right there. So I
I
believe it.
mean, if we want to talk about inspiration, we could argue that man inspired everybody, whether it
Mhm.
was literally or like directly or non-directly, you know what I mean? Or indirectly.
For
Sorry, I
sure.
can't. My English is not well, but
What you probably what I recommend at some point, like, if I don't know if the chat has any artists and things that they'd like us to talk on, or like any inputs they might want to share. But I think because Henry's live will be coming up soon, or if not, it's already. I do think that you'll lose the opportunity to ask if for now. I mean, obviously, as the
Mhm.
channel grows and stuff, but
Yeah, yeah, for sure. If anybody has any arts they want to see, any illustrators that they want to know about, opinions, thoughts. I mean, we're here. I feel like Brandon and I have a really, really good background on this. I've done a lot of research, and Brandon has literally looked into everyday Mewtwo, which by extension, you've seen a lot of the artists. You know what I mean? And you've seen a lot of the art styles. So we have one by Shug here. What do y'all think about Kawaii?
one sec. I'll pull something for him.
Okay. Okay, they're the ones that made that Darkrai, the Lugia V alt art. Oh wow. See, this is cool because I'm learning every day.
It's so funny because I'm just prepping for a submission, and I just so happen to have these cards like in my little prep bin. But this is one of their arts. Like they did the Brilliant Stars, Umbreon VMAX
Oh, I love
alternate
that
art
card.
card. You know, sitting on Karen and stuff like, or Karen sitting on Umbreon. But beautiful art. Yeah, I absolutely love this artist. And then one of my favorite Pikachu Zekrom cards, which no one talks about for some reason. It's so weird. I would love to get this in Japanese. So, Shug, if you do have this in Japanese, let me know, please. Um, is the Pikachu Zekrom Tag Team GX? Not sure if you can see it. Is this good light? Let me.
Oh,
It's
that's
really hard.
beautiful.
It's hard to show. I'm sure it looks nicer in Japanese, but like, and then also I think the plastic sleeve is causing the glare.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
one of my favorite Zekrom cards and favorite Pikachu cards, really, I think I got this for like $30. When like it was just no one just really cared about this card. But I'm trying to get this in a Gimmick slab just because I love it. But I think if I can get it in Japanese, I'd be even more happy.
So
But
I'm gonna share my screen because I'm actually looking at some of their arts and Shug just put me on, dude. I
yeah,
have
I,
instantly became a fan. That's crazy.
I'm very happy that we're bringing up Kawayo. It's very awesome to see
Look
their
at
art.
this
Yeah,
Blastoise, dude.
yeah. You know what's funny? Like I that just came in my package today. Like that just dropped
Wow.
in. Um, yeah.
This is gorgeous, dude. And I know, and I'm not gonna make you pull it out because I know that you're trying to make a video on that. But
Oh
this
no
is
no 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 no! It's not in my return yet. This one just
oh
came
okay,
in.
okay,
This
okay,
one just
okay.
came in the shipment. It just arrived today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm sending all of these to Jimmix. You know, this is yeah, these are the leftover ones that I didn't get caught. So I do have the Venusaur and the Charizard being sent right now to Jimmix, but still have this one here. So
Yeah, dude. Look at some of these half arts, man. I'm not gonna lie.
oh yeah, slap. I was
I
actually looking
love
at
this. I am a
yeah, that
fan of
Charmeleon.
Combo Skin, bro. Look at this. This is beautiful. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've slept on this because I've like I said, I'm hyper focused on certain artists.
Yeah,
I
the
have
Darkrai.
seen this
That's
card.
my favorite Darkrai of all time. So I had to pick that card up, and it's weird because it doesn't fit anywhere in the rest of my collection. Like I have a collection that's pretty focused,
Mhm.
but I had to pick that card up, and I love it. I'm not letting it go. It's weird because I normally don't keep cards that don't fit in my collection. But yeah, that's one that I've definitely got to keep.
We got a question for you, Brandon.
What's up?
If Komiya illustrated a Mewtwo card, would you collect it?
That's a really good question because like I think you've heard my comments that I'm not a fan of the Destin Rifles Mewtwo, and I'm not a fan of the what is it called, Ascended Heroes Mewtwo either. To be honest with you, like if I
Really?
didn't, yeah, no, I just collected them out of necessity because I have to have all the Mewtwo arts in my binder. So I will collect it. Like it's pretty much we know that the 30th anniversary mascots are going to be Mewtwo and Mew.
Mhm.
So we already am preparing my war chest for those cards. You know what I mean? Like I have to pick up the Mewtwo no matter what. And the same thing will apply if it's Komiya or any weird ass Mewtwo card that's a half art or whatever. Like it doesn't matter to me. I have to pick it up.
Yeah, no, I think so. I guess to answer your question, sure, yes, he would.
Yeah. And then to Eric, like I think because I have all the Mewtwo arts, that's what makes me more picky about, or that's why I'm more strict on when I say I'm not a fan of those arts. It's because I have all the other arts. So, you know, I know what they look like and I know what can be done with Mewtwo. So I'm pretty
No, for
strict.
sure. See, I love some of my favorite Mewtwo's, and I know you mentioned. I'll let you say what your favorite Mewtwo card of all time is, but I like Igawa. Though Igawa's style is, what makes a Pokemon look cool. right? Like that's literally
Mhm.
what they like, those fighting scenes, or just like something that looks dope, pretty much. Like that's literally what her thing is. She wants to find out what makes Pokemon look cool. So a lot of the Mewtwo arts that she's made, absolutely stellar. And I know that she's actually illustrated your favorite Mewtwo art. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm. No, you got it, man. But I wanted to not be. I don't want to be too one track. For because you already saw my Igawa Mewtwo, but I'll give the half art my favorite half art Mewtwo. This one is it says it's illustrated by Match. I actually have never really looked into this artist too much. We need some better light. Let me see if I can get some light here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, you showed me that one.
Yeah, this is my favorite half art Mewtwo. Dang, if I can just get the light here to help me out.
I love I like the foil as well on that one. I think that the
Yeah,
foil does so much for that Mewtwo just because it's like charging up.
yeah, it's got the little Kamehameha with the swirl in the background.
Yep. Yep.
And then this is not hollow in Japanese. So if anyone is wondering, like, why do I have this in English? It's because it's first of all, it's a Cosmos hollow. And then also in Japanese, there is no hollow.
Mhm.
So I don't make that type of discrimination. As well as this is a brand new Gimmick slab. So very happy with this one. It got a 9. And to be honest with you, that is extremely high for this card because there's probably only like 3 10s. I'm pretty
Mm.
sure.
No, that is a nice. I
Like
love
in
that.
PSA, by the way, like I'm not talking about gimmicks, but in PSA, there's probably like only 3.
No, of course.
PokeRev, ProKeyRev had one of the 10s. That was why I was so mad, dude. I was
Is
like,
it
dude, let me.
what do you know what the gem rate on it is?
I just know there's only 3 of them. So I mean, there might be more than 3 right now. Because the last time I looked it up was when I was in a all out hunt for it.
Mhm.
Like 3 years ago. But I mean, there might be like 10 total right now. And in population, as far as grading, I mean, it's been a long time. So there's probably like 20,000 graded copies or something.
That's crazy. No, I'm reading this right here. Matazo made me a fan with their new Claydol full art in Chaos Rising. Have you seen that? I actually have
I
not
haven't seen
seen
it.
it yet. The angles and use of perspective are so good. So just
Oh,
to
I
kind
love to
of,
see it.
yeah, I would love to see it as well. I wanted to look up over some of their arts. I don't think it's in here yet. Obviously, the set just came out in English today. Um, and by the way, my phone has been getting blown up for those because I posted the PCETPs. Look at this.
Mm,
Some of these arts are crazy. Yo, see, like
yeah.
I'm learning as
Yeah.
well. Like
I've
I
been
love
staring hard at
Frostlass.
I've been staring hard at that Frostlass card as well. Like I really love that card. When I had it in Japanese, I really stared at it. It took me a while to sell it, but unfortunately, I had to let it roll.
Right? Sometimes you don't want to,
Mhm.
but you have to, you know?
Yeah.
Um, this is crazy. You know, this is
Mhm.
such a beautiful
It
style of
there's
art. I think it's very
yeah,
dark but very light at the same time.
and I see that Umbreon there. Just to give you a touch of information on that Umbreon there, that in it is actually textured if you get it in, I'm pretty sure Japanese or English for a Pokeball Hollow. But there's also a Cosmos Hollow for this as well. I can't remember the origin, but in English there is a Cosmos Hollow. Very beautiful art. And with that Cosmos, I'm pretty sure the borders are Cosmos Hollow as well.
Oh wow.
Just for those who wanted to collect something with some unique art and especially Umbreon, I would say that's one to highlight. I'm not going to say underrated. I'm just going to say it's one to highlight.
Underrated. I could argue there's a lot of underrated arts, but you know,
Mhm.
it's neither here nor there. Look at this. Look at this team up
Yeah,
pleasing, bro.
I
That
actually
is amazing.
I think I pulled that out of my stack of as I was sending you a bunch of raw cards,
Mhm.
bolt cards. I think that was one that I pulled out of my stack because I really loved the wheezing art that was there. So I think that one is it.
That is a beautiful art, dude. I would love to grade that just to have it slabbed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean it would look fantastic, man.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous art. I'm not even gonna hold you on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think So they definitely have some. See, that's cool. I'm like writing all these names down, bro, and I'm gonna definitely be looking into these because these are
Yeah.
illustrators that I'm going to be delving into because I
Yeah,
want
I got
to,
a
like
full-time
I said,
job coming.
I want to be able to learn more about some of these people, like some of these illustrators that I've no clue on. Like
Mhm.
I've seen some of these arts, but I didn't know that they're, who made the arts or anything like that. I think that's amazing. And then there was another one. Foo Fighting for Life says, "What's your guys' thoughts on Dom?
I
The
mean,
Dragon Ice SIR is the whole reason I'm back in this shit."
hey, yeah, no, that is definitely a gangster card right here. Yeah, I totally agree that this card is amazing. I think the one thing I would have loved to see is just more attention on the Dragonair, Strachini Dragonair, and the actual Dragonite. Like to give them a little bit more love. But other than that, I gotta agree that it's a beautiful card. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
There's the Dragonite, the Dratini, and the Dragonair. This is such a crazy. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people give Mega Dragonite some shit, but I love the design.
Yeah,
Could the
if
wings
you
be a little bit bigger on the back, on its back? Yes, but like overall, this design is beautiful. This card is just, it's so fraught with color, and like, I love, this is my type of thing right here. Like these are my colors. You know what I mean? I love this like light blue, pink, very bright colors like that. I am
Mhm.
a huge fan of.
Yeah, if you get on my screen, I actually have the texture for people to see in the ARS slab,
Wow.
so you can kind
Look
of
at
see
that.
how it pops here.
Wow. And
Huge
that
fan
is
of
that
this.
That's Japanese, right?
Yeah, this is the Japanese one.
Dude, it looks so much better.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Wow.
It's a little ASMR for you guys.
Yeah, Eric says he loves Mega Dragonite, but he does not love that card. Eric,
Really,
I'm
I'm the other way
curious.
around. I'm not a fan of Mega Dragonite, but I actually like the card.
You need to put some respect on their name, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. Mega
Yeah,
Dragonite is super
I
cool.
pulled the Samurott that's up there, and that's one of like that Zacian EX is my favorite one, a favorite Zacian card. I think I have it in grading. If I don't, then I'm about to send it for grading.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, I bought that up. I think I had like 6 copies of that card.
Wow, I didn't realize how big Zacian is supposed to be, but look at him in comparison to Hop. He's huge.
It depends on the artist. Like so in here he looks huge. But if you look at the
Yeah.
one from the V alt, uh I don't remember which. I think it was from the seasonal set or the special set. VMAX Climax. I think is what the V alt was in for Zacian, where he looks like a Legend of Zelda style.
Okay. Okay.
He's a little bit smaller in that.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about, it's the IR, right?
The equivalent of an IRS. Yep.
The AR. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have it.
Or
I have
trainer
that.
gallery. So whatever you want to call it.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this
But
touch.
yeah, perspective wise, on point. I love the perspective, presenting that card in a way people haven't seen it before. I'd love to see that in a Cosmos, to be honest with you.
Dude, I love the sludge and how it's like floating in the air. Like that to me is crazy cool. Like it's
Oh
very
yeah.
detailed. I love, and purple is, for those of you that don't know, purple is my favorite color.
Oh really? So
Purple is
that
my
I
favorite
mean,
color.
when I see that card, I think of like Venom. It really reminds me of Venom,
Yes.
or from Spider-Man 2 or whatever the video game, like Venom Shock.
Hmm.
Uh, like that technique or whatever. I'm a huge fan of that. So that looks really awesome. Yeah, Toxicity, I think, is one of like the top creations of Pokemon Company in the latest generations.
Oh,
It's yeah,
100%.
yeah,
100%. I can agree with you for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
no,
I know
definitely.
we give them shit all the time. Like we give the Pokemon Company shit all the time, but like for new character designs, they have some good character designs out there that I appreciate.
And let's touch a little on that. I think the problem is, let me go ahead and bring this back to full screen. I think the issue is not so much like the Pokemon Company's design. I think it's more so us as human beings. It's a psychological thing. Let's be real. None of us like new. You know,
Yeah,
none of us like new. That we tend to criticize a lot, and like 5 years, not even a year or two down the line, you're gonna be like, yo, I actually really mess with that. Like,
you're
I
right.
never, once we get like that recognition of
Hmm.
seeing it around and seeing more cards and seeing the Pokemon in the game and seeing it in the show, and I think you start to kind of like open up to the idea of like, you know what, these are actually kind of cool. Like they're actually kind of cool. You know what I mean? But like recency, it's like the opposite of recency bias, right? It's like you see it for the first time
Yeah,
and you're like, ew, what the hell is that? Why he look like that? You almost like point out every single flaw.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's like, and one thing that's helped me with kind of getting over that, because I used to be the same way. When I came back into the hobby in 2021, I was looking at some of these cards. I was like, ew. I was like, what is this? Like, I
Mhm.
used to be one of those people that like jumped on the bandwagon of, man, Pokemon Company is getting lazy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like hard for me to like understand that there's only so much they can do, right? Like some
Hmm.
things are just,
Yeah.
they're just going to look similar to other things. Some things are just going to look straight lazy.
Hey, that's why they couldn't win the lawsuit with the what was it called? The knockoff the knockoff Pokemon company. Like
Power
they
World.
yeah, Pal World. They couldn't win the lawsuit on that one just because after a certain point, like you're gonna everything looks like everything.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
100%. I think one thing that really helped me get out of that was I don't know if I told you, Brandon, but I know I told Shug during our live. Um I rewatched a lot of what I missed from the show.
Hmm.
And I think I was able to kind of get past, like, for example, one Pokemon that I hated was Chespin. Just the
Oh,
design.
yeah, yeah.
Because one of the first Chespin cards that I remember seeing was the McDonald's promo. You know how they had like their own weird the what
Yeah,
is it? The
I
foils, the
think I have
foils.
it. I don't think it's in this binder, but
The McDonald's promo foils that they did.
yeah,
I forgot what year it was,
I
but they
have
looked
it.
so nasty. And like it kind of like skewed how I looked at Chespin. I already
Mm.
liked Bulbasaur and Charmander and Squirtle, so it didn't do anything for them. But Chespin, I had just seen Chespin for the first time, and this was the foil that I seen it. And so for me, it kind of skewed it. But then when I watched the show and I seen the role that Chespin plays in the show,
Hmm.
I was like, damn, this is actually a pretty cool little Pokemon. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
feel like the show, just watching it back, kind of opened my eyes to like it's not just, and I think it's because it's not just on a flat piece of paper anymore. It's not on cardstock, and you're actually getting to see the type of personality that the Pokemon has, or
Yeah.
like how it acts and what its move set is, and like
Hmm.
just see it in more than just like a 2D picture or 3D picture or whatever. So I think that
Absolutely.
watching the show helped me out a ton with that.
And I think that's one of the reasons why Gengar right now is one of the top Pokemon is because it's just so freaking funny in the show. Like, as it was interacting like Haunter and Gengar in season 1 when they're interacting with Ash and they're just freaking joking just the whole freaking time, just trolling Ash like crazy. I think
Yeah.
that's what really made people love the other those Pokemon. And be honest with you, I love Haunter more than I love Gengar. It's just that I don't really get much love. I don't see much love for Haunter. Another thing was as a kid,
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't have anybody to trade with, so I was stuck with Haunter, and I was happy about it. I think design wise, I think Haunter is a better design, frankly.
Agreed. No, listen, we were literally just talking about this. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that like you feel the same way because
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. If you're on the same page, dude, we're cool. Like,
dude,
oh
no,
yeah.
no, 100%.
'Cause I
I
figure
forgot.
somebody's gonna be triggered about that. Like, what do you?
I
How
thought it
dare you?
I thought it was you that I was talking to about it. It could have been someone else. But I was saying, like, dude, Haunter, and it was exactly the same reason that you said. Like, I didn't have
Yeah,
nobody to trade with. I didn't have extra consoles. Like some of these people that are just like, have
yeah.
an
I
extra
didn't.
console, they could just trade to themselves and evolve into Gengar. I was
Mhm.
stuck with a Haunter. Quite frankly, I love Haunter. I love the design. I love how it still floats. You went from Ghastly, which floats, to Haunter, which floats, and then
Yeah,
Gengar has legs. So I thought it
yeah,
was kind of out of place. Don't get me wrong, I love Gengar too, but I think my boy Haunter is overshadowed
yeah. Haunter
by his
is
older evolution.
Haunter is like freaking hilarious and has like there's like more play with his face. Like his face has more, personality in it,
Yeah. And Gengar is more so just like this evil looking face, like,
Yeah, he just looks
and
like
that's all you get.
he looks like he smelled a fart and laughed. Or like he farted and laughed all the time is how I see Gengar. He's always looking like he just, did something and he's like kind of look. Haunter has a little bit more dynamic look to him where he's like, oh, you don't know what I just did, but you're gonna find out, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna like he could be scary too, which is what I love about him.
It goes back to that that I know I posted the meme, the reel on my story, and I know that you liked it. A couple of other people liked it as well. It was the one where Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. I think it was like episode 7 of Indigo League, when they're sitting in
like
the
Sabrina
tower
or something like that.
Yeah. And they're sitting there and they're watching a TV show and then like they're just laughing. I think Haunter was like the coolest one in that little scene, and just in the show in general. I've always liked Haunter better. I know Gengar.
That might be the first time Ash died, by the way.
Yeah. I think it was.
You just got freaking unlifed. I love that.
It's like Goku 2.0. Because Goku died with like twice or something like that.
Yeah, it's funny how we can remember all this stupid stuff. I can't remember like some important stuff at work, but it just shows our priority back in the day.
It's the impact. It's the impact that it had,
Right. That's why I got my Jigglypuff back here, like Jigglypuff. It's all about the anime and how the anime has, brought that character to life. That just makes me like, man, I really love how Jigglypuff is. When people ask me like, what's my favorite Pokemon, there's like, I have to know the if thens. So like, who's my favorite because they're cool? Mewtwo all the way. But like from a personality, character development, all that stuff, for me, it's got to be the Puff.
Oh, for sure, 1000%. I think you're very right, spot on when it comes to the that they portrayed Jigglypuff in such a cool way, because who's the one that came in and would like smack people around if they needed to? It was Jigglypuff. Right. Who's the one that was like very mischievous and like if everybody fell asleep because she was singing, would draw all over everybody's faces? Jigglypuff. Like they gave Jigglypuff such a unique personality that was like I think it was what made the character, what made the Pokemon, and so for a lot of us like old school fans, we got to see that side of Jigglypuff in the show, because from my oh, that's gorgeous. Yes. Yes, that's what it smacked. It smacked like, all the Caper Fairies.
Like, bitch, what you think you doing right here? Like, take these L. Like, take this hit, bitch. Like, take these arms. What you gonna do?
Did she smack like I think it was like easily like 7 of them? She just
just straight up slapped all of them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of hard to see, but it's from the anime. Like this card.
Let me full screen you.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, plus like, you guys better not go to sleep. I'm gonna get your ass.
100%. Oh,
freaking love
my bad. That. Here we go. So first off, what's up, Chan? I didn't even see. I wasn't involved in the conversation. Chan's in here. Shug says, art has come a long way in recent years. What do you guys think about art creep with the amount of full art cards being made?
Art creep, huh? I'm guessing you mean
that's a nice way to put it.
People are like, okay, well, you have a special art rare. Now what's above that? A super special art rare? And like, what does that mean? And like, are all the half arts going to become full arts? I think maybe that's where the direction you might be trying to go.
Here, he kind of explains a little bit more. Do you think there is much room left, or are we at the top in terms of card art and design? We were actually talking about this earlier, weren't we?
Yeah, in the chat this morning, right? Like in the members chat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Henry's Discord and his member chat. If you are a member to Henry's YouTube, then you can go into his Discord, and we do calls every week. So if you guys haven't like done that, I highly recommend it. We were talking for like 5 hours, or maybe 5 to 8 hours this morning, And
Yeah.
it's just anybody can pop in if they're a member, and we can all just chat together and hang out and kick it. Wonderful time. But sorry to
For sure.
distract. If you
No, no,
want
you're
to.
good. You're good. You're good. So, I guess I'll go first because we did
Mhm.
discuss this earlier, Shug, and
Yeah.
I think that there is so much that Pokemon hasn't played with.
Hmm.
We see, like, this is us with Pokemon. We've got the blinders, you know what I mean? We're just looking at what they put out. But if we take those
Yeah.
off and we look around at other TCGs, we look at other like illustrators, like, or illustrators in Pokemon that do other TCGs as well. There are different there are different type of cards and different ideas that you could incorporate into cards that we still
Yeah.
haven't seen in the Pokemon TCG. Like,
Hmm.
yes, do we have crazy illustrations and like over the top? Yes, most definitely. But I think that there is still a lot of potential that is untapped and could forever be the case as well. I don't know what do you thinking, Brandon?
I'll give some practical examples of how they can ramp this up, and if they're listening, go for it. I don't care. Like, this would be awesome. But uh, energy cards. I'll just talk about, like, if you want to talk about how far someone could go with energy cards. Energy cards don't have to be. They don't have to have any text on them, right? So it's an open canvas. And they actually at one point, and I'm sorry I can't target, like, I think it was Black and White, but they actually have created uh, energy cards where they have like shadows of Umbreon, Lugia,
Mhm.
and there's some other energy card types. So just depending on the type, they actually had a shadow of that Pokemon on the energy card. But my point is, you can have ultra rare, secret rare, whatever rare energy cards that have just straight art on them. With, obviously the primary thing is understanding that it's a water energy, or fire energy, dragon energy, and you can make it. Oh, someone got it right. Gold, Soul
Soul
Silver era.
Silver, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because they highlighted a lot of the Gen 2 characters in those cards. But yeah, there you go. But my point with that is there is so much art play that they could do with those energy parts cards. Like, you can have unlimited amount of characters that you can put on the energy cards.
Hmm.
And there's so much texture. There's so many texture options you can have with it because it's just an energy card. You could also, uh, when we think about how far we've come, there's still so much opportunity because of how much you can play with these panels, how text is represented on these cards. We've seen V Union, we've seen break cards,
Hmm.
we've seen all breakpoint type of things, cards
Hmm.
where they have combinations to make bigger arts on text. I think there's still plenty of opportunity for how they can show, for example, maybe, and they do this already, but you could have like an evolution line with different arts that connect to each other to make one
Hmm.
full art. And they can make a full set like that. Like, there's so many opportunities that I think we're just getting started, to be honest.
100%. We haven't even gotten close to touching the tip of the iceberg. And Inept makes a very good point. This is actually something that I mentioned earlier. So you know how we have, if we go back to comic books, they have, I forget what they're called, but they're specific comic books that are basically they take all the text off and it's
Yeah.
just the art on the cover.
Hmm.
And I think that this is something that they could do. Obviously, it's a non-playable card, and Pokemon would strictly be, I guess, catering to collectors with these, but don't they already? I think it's
Yeah.
there's some untapped grounds there where they could make full, like, naked cards, basically, no text, all art. You know what I mean? Like, kind of going back to some of those like tops cards that they had. Um,
Is this visible here? I don't think it
uh,
is.
Not very visible. I think it's because it's not crazy lighting by any means. It's a little dark. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit for you.
I'm gonna try not to wreck everything by taking this out.
But yeah, Inept, I 100% agree with you, dude. I was literally mentioning this, like I said earlier, in the members chat, and I think that would be amazing. Another thing is, like, how um One Piece has like the manga black and white cards. I think, playing with the idea of something like that would be really, really cool with Pokemon as well. I think that, and Eric, I know you're in here and you're an artist. Give me your insight. What do you think on some of these things? And then Eric says, I usually hate borderless. I need some sort of break. Sword and Shield did great with the borders fading. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, textless. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can put some stuff here, but you have more play with the art. You have more focus on the actual like illustration. So that's just an example here.
Yeah, 100%. Like I like how they like did some of the scenes in like the one that you showed with the Jigglypuff and the Clefairies. I think that's something else that they could do, but like with more modern parts, like scenes in the TCG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not in the TCG, in the show. My bad. I think that's something that they could definitely venture into, is like, taking some of those scenes and just making those into some of those cards as well. And then Inept said, I'm also a mega fan of the color on color cards, like the OG gold cards, the MURs, the black bolt white flare, black and white rares, the monochrome, red bikini, stuff like that is so sick. And I agree. 100% I agree. I am a fan of like the monochrome black Zekrom card. Out of all the three, that is by far my favorite. And it's crazy to think that like a card with the color black would be just so amazing, but the textures on that card, they really did it. They really did a good job on it, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That's where I see, when we're talking about like what's the next level for artists, but I would also say what's the next level for texturing on cards. I think that there is still a lot of opportunities to be had there as far as texturing goes. And when we start to see those things, I think that'll allow for the opportunities for the art to really pop and to become something that everyone can see. Because once they hold a card, they're just like they can't let go of it. For these types of cards, and you hit it on the head, when they're like a monocolor or whatever you want to call it, like single color cards,
monochrome,
they really require the texture to take lead. It's really up to that to take lead, and when it doesn't, I'm not a big fan. So I'm not a really big fan of the new, and you mentioned the OG gold cards. That's fair. I'm not too much a fan of the new gold cards, just because I feel like they don't hit it yet with how far that you could go with the texture. I think based on what I saw from spoiler alert for Abyss Eye, it looks like they're trying to take the gold cards to the next level. I'm happy to see that. And also one thing you left out, Inept, was the rainbow cards. I think rainbow cards were done poorly. I think that if they wanted the rainbow cards to really stand out, they need contrast. Like there has to be somewhere to take your eyes. And because the rainbow cards are just like, you don't even know where to look. It really sucks for your eyes. The single color cards, monochrome cards are a lot better because you can start to actually look for art in them. That's just my opinion.
So actually, touching on the rainbow cards, and great thing that you mentioned it. I just sent out the Sol Galeo GX, the rainbow, and those are cards like the ones we were just talking about, the monochromes, where you almost have to like hold it in your hands and be looking at it, because the scan, like the photo scan copy is, on the computer, it's not going to do it, man. I think texture is everything when it comes to some of these, crazy rarities. The rainbow rares, there are some really nicely done rainbow rares, I'm not going to lie. There are some, a lot of them kind of leave some, to be desired, but they really did something with some of the textures on some of those rainbow rares that make them so appealing to the eye when you're actually holding them in hand, as opposed to just looking them through a computer screen or through a phone screen. So I will say that. Another thing is, personally, my favorite gold cards are not full gold, but they're the Crown Zenith gold cards.
Absolutely.
By far, some of the best gold cards, some of the best gold card
Hmm.
arts we have gotten. The contrast between the gold and the black,
Absolutely. Yeah.
chef's kiss, bro. It like
And
that's sorry, go ahead.
yeah, you hit it right there on the head. I think the reason why that works so well is because your eyes know where to go. Your eyes they really appreciate the gold, but your eyes are searching for what those characters are, and it gives it that biblical effect. I do
Yeah.
think that if they took rainbows and they gave it another try, but they gave opportunities for the characters in the keep the awesome texture of the rainbows, because the rainbows texture is the only thing I like about the cards. It's the texture, to be honest with you. But the if you take that texture, you take the idea of the rainbow, but you give the Pokemon their spot, uh, so that you can have them pop out a little bit more. Give them just faint colors. I don't care how you make it work, but I think that there is a way to do it. I can Photoshop something up for you guys and throw it in the group chat.
Yeah, I would love to see that for sure. I would love to see kind of like your where your brain goes,
Mhm.
as far as making some of those bringing some of those ideas into fruition. And now let's see. I think
Yes. Speaking of Photoshop, like, have you seen where I did the reverse of taking a full art and making it a half art? Have you seen that?
no, I have not actually.
Yeah. If you check out my Instagram, one of my first cards that I put together was the Brilliant Stars Charizard V alternate art, and I shrunk the full art down to a half art, kept
Mm,
the V style to it,
yeah,
and let me see. Maybe I don't want to. I know we're coming up on time, but let me see if I can try to pull something up here. Something went wrong.
you're good. I'm actually looking into to see if I can find what you're talking about. I would love.
Yeah, you got to scroll all the way down to like row 2 or 3.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can request a screen share without getting doxxed or something like that. How does this work? So plus sign, slides and PDFs, video file, share screen. Oh, I'm gonna be screwed for doing this.
I think it lets you choose what tab.
All right, yeah. Let's see if you can see this here.
There you go. Boom. Ooh.
Yeah, so you can see like the idea
Snap, that's
Cosmos
actually
Hollow throughout the card. Keep the border where it's got the V and stuff like that, and then I just basically shrunk it down into half art. But I think they have a lot of opportunity here where you can have alternate arts be half arts, and I know no one really cares about this, but this with texture, because they've shown that they can do half art textured. So if
Mhm,
they were to do
mhm.
something like this, that's just more opportunities for artists to shine and more opportunities for collectors to enjoy some arts here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, that's
um,
beautiful, dude. I actually have never scrolled down far enough to see that.
it's all
That
good,
is
man.
super
So
cool.
I love doing Photoshop, and I'm happy to draw up any other ideas people want me to draw up. I think that would be cool for my channel as well.
For sure. I think I love seeing yeah, I love the idea of some of those full arts being made into half arts, because like you said, there's like you could take that and you could like expand on it, right? Like making
For
a
sure.
V into a half art, and then like making it like that color with the a Cosmo Hollow foil. And it doesn't even have to be the Cosmo Hollow foil. Look at the gem packs. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
the Chinese cards are doing it right. You've got so many different types of cool foils. You've got the rotaries, the stars, and personally, one of my favorite sets of all time is the rarity collection, or
Mm,
not rarity collection,
rarity.
shiny collection.
Uh,
That will be the Japanese version,
hmm.
and then I think English. I forget what the name of the English version is. Is it the rarity collection?
Rare Radiant collection. Is that what you're
Radiant
trying to say?
collection, Radiant
Yeah.
collection. There you go. But I know the Japanese ones. It's the shiny collection. I think it is. Those
Yeah.
the foils on a lot of those, dude. Like the Flareon with the hearts, and
Oh yeah,
There's the Growlithe and so many cool
yeah,
ideas. Like that's another thing is like screw textures. How about foils? You know what I mean?
absolutely.
You know, there's so many
Yeah.
cool ideas that they haven't even implemented with foils. And there's so many things, there's so many foils that they've used one time, maybe a couple
Hmm.
times, and they just never touched them again. And I get it, like this is all goes into like the logistics of everything.
Yeah, Inept just brought up like we need to bring back cracked ice and fireworks. You know, like the reverse fireworks hollow. Um, you know, like
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
You know, it would be fantastic to see these again.
Is that
But
the classic collection?
this is the what is it? The anniversary set. XY.
Okay. The best of XY.
No, oh, this is English. This is a box topper from
Oh, that's
the anniversary
gorgeous.
set. I can't remember like it's so stupid because everyone's gonna be like, "You dumbass! Why don't you know the name of this thing?" But
Oh,
uh,
that's a pretty big card though. Yeah.
yeah, this is a box topper.
Oh,
But
okay. I've actually
yeah.
never seen that before.
Oh yeah, there's a box topper for this
Legendary
Mewtwo
collection.
choice. Yeah, legendary collection. Yeah, it didn't cross my mind. It took me a while, but yeah, definitely a fan of the Firecracker Hollow as well. Looks really beautiful. It's not in Japanese. They don't have that in Japanese.
Yeah, I like another thing I like it was like did you see the TCG Classic collection? The classic box, the big old
Yeah,
bulky box.
yeah.
Um
In Japanese and English, they look way different texture wise, and
really?
yeah, they're pretty different.
I've never seen the Japanese version of those
Mhm,
cards. I've seen the English ones, and let me tell you, dude, the English one
mhm.
looks crazy cool. I mean, they're like the OG artworks.
Yeah,
Super cool, very well done. What about metal cards? Like,
yeah. I have 4 boxes of the legendary collection. I mean, sorry, the classic collection in Japanese. So here's an English version, just so everybody can see what the
oh,
legendary collection. So the hollow pattern on this is actually like it looks like it's 2 layers of hollow, but very beautiful in how they represent it. I got why people love it in English. It's cool, but if you look at the Japanese, look at the border in the Japanese version, and
oh
it's got the hollow pattern as well,
wow,
gold hollow pattern on the borders of the Japanese.
that is sick. See what that? It's cool that you mentioned that because one of my favorite things on some of these Cosmos is when they bring the Cosmos to the border as well on some of these English cards. And you're not just experiencing the Cosmos hollows on the half art, but like the whole entire thing is a foil. Super freaking
Sure.
cool, man. Look
Yeah,
at the old box
but
toppers.
yeah, this is the fruit of having a species collection
Yeah,
because I basically cover all the bases that people are talking about.
definitely, bro. Super crazy cool. I that's why like I get so excited when we're in the in the members meetings and we or even when I'm outside of the members meetings and I'm just in the voice chat and that two cat comes in and I just get to start talking to him about species collecting and like hearing his thoughts and his experiences, um, how he's learned so much in just collecting Venusaur. And Venusaur is like, what is it? What I think he said it's like what 60 something cards.
So far, I think he's gotten there. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean that's
60 something cards total.
a pretty big stack.
Oh, for sure. But that includes some of the other languages as well. That's not just
Right,
English. I
right.
think he said
Yeah,
English is like 30 something or 40 something or something like that. But
this
like,
one's
dude, that's
the
super cool. Let me see. Hold on. Let me
the
post
cracked
my.
ice.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, he said there's a cracked eyes version too. Came from a deck. Hey, you're talking to the guy who literally collected every single Mewtwo. And
Um, and to clarify the art, okay? Because like if you say every single Mewtwo, then people are like, what about the Indonesian version? What about the
no. We're talking about just their arts. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Just
every
the
art,
Mewtwo
yeah.
ones
But don't get me wrong, like I have some other stuff for sport,
for
but
sport.
yeah, my intent was to have all the arts.
That says, yeah, they even did these Prism Hollow half arts a while back before my time. I would love to see some of those. I don't know if you can pull one of those up, Brandon. I have. I don't know what these Prism Hollow. I haven't. Don't think I've seen any of those. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, let me see what I got here. Oh, it's like a
Oh,
series or like a
yep.
yeah. I didn't really do a Mewtwo of that.
I know what you're talking about. They have like the Eevee. They have like Solgaleo. I think they have a couple. They have a couple different Pokemon
I
in
used
those.
to have the Giratina Prism. Sold that to a whatnot seller.
I used to have the Jirachi, and I sold that on Whatnot.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a ton of Jirachi, and I probably had that one as well.
Yeah. For for
Mhm.
everybody that's like wondering, I did used to have a collection for for some time, and then that all ended up getting sold to be able to make some of the money to be able to start the business, stuff like that. So
Yeah, you don't have to like. I know what was up. You had a situation, but I think a lot of people here just need to know that you're here for the hobby and here,
oh no,
for the long run.
100%, bro. If I wasn't like I wouldn't be enjoying this. I mean, I've been here since 2021, dude. Like I've been
Mhm.
enjoying, every single bit of it. And like I just recently started making content. So like you're seeing me around and stuff like that now, but I've been like enjoying it from a distance. And I feel like for me it was kind of nice because I got to kind of slowly ease my way into it. You know what I mean? I was into Yu-Gi-Oh heavy, 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 and I was playing and really enjoying like the TCG and that's how I got brought into Pokemon because I seen people with their Pokemon cards, with their decks, with and of course with during play you would have the guys who also came in with their collections
Mhm.
and just getting introduced into the arts, bro. Like that's what got me. Like that's another reason why like I love that I've came into this niche of the hobby and made these videos because that is originally what captivated me back into the TCG. I've always been a fan of Pokemon. I've always played the games. I've watched the
Yeah,
show,
for
but
sure.
never really truly experienced the TCG. And then like 2021 I came in and I started seeing things like these
Yeah.
things that I've never seen before. You know what I mean? I remember
Right.
Pokemon being half arts, like
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, and like I'm seeing this, and I'm like, dude, this
And
crazy.
started divert away from Pokemon, but I love the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh is doing something different as well. We're
Mm.
starting to see them start to switch up their idea of what arts could look like, and I'm
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying that too. So I think if people haven't had a chance to take a look at where they're going right now with Yu-Gi-Oh, definitely take a look. It's really awesome.
they're
I
overframes.
did I did want to say I probably have like 10 minutes to go.
Oh, you're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah, I could make sure I get my video taken care of, with all the technical difficulties and stuff.
Let me ask one more question here. Um, what are top three card illustrations in your opinion of all time?
Hmm. Okay, I'll give you one of them, but I need let me see. I'll show you this in the case, and then I'll take it out of the case so that you can see. You can, and you can see this on my page as well. But this is probably one of my top three if I had to share something with you here and now, which is of course the Ascended Heroes. Everyone loves this set for for like different reasons. But for me, this is my favorite card of the set. This is my favorite card of Mega Evolution, Scarlet Violet, period, for
Uh-huh.
sure. And of course, in Zorok, this card here was done by Kazama, and I haven't really known the character. I mean, known the artist. I think they did the Gardevoir as well. Their
Mhm.
SAR. But what a fantastic! It's. I think you would have to probably. I mean, you can see the texture here. I wish
Oh
I could.
yeah.
I wish I could get closer to show you a little bit more of this art. But I just love it because it looks like Kingdom Hearts to me, and I really love Kingdom Hearts. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm really into Final Fantasy, so when I see something that looks like a fantasy card, I'm totally into it. This actually doesn't look like a Pokemon TCG card. It reminds
You're right.
me
You're right.
of it reminds me of trying to think of what it was called. Y Schwartz. I don't know if you know what Y Schwartz is, but they do a bunch of anime coverage. And
Oh, I know
yeah,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
but you know it's funny you mention that because the way his hands look is exactly how Kingdom Hearts design. Like when they drew Kingdom Hearts hands or Kingdom Hearts style of like how they're postured in their photos, their hands do look like that. I can't really show you in this card, but Kyrie's hands are doing the same thing in
Yeah.
this photo. Unfortunate that I can't really get that zoomed in, but I'm gonna go ahead and call that one of my top arts. Of course, for anyone that wasn't here in the beginning, number two, but really my number one of all time is this V Union card here. Is got to be up there as far as a top tier art from Akira Gawa. So I love it to death, man. This is my if someone said this place is about to catch fire, you can grab one thing and you can grab it and that's all you get. I would grab this, not from a financial aspect, of course, but from a collection aspect. Like if I could only collect one card and keep one card for Pokemon and everything else had to go, I would keep that, and that would be it. And I would be totally happy with that. Now, as far as number three, I'm actually gonna say it doesn't belong in the TCG. It belongs in TCG Pocket. TCG Pocket had created I would say like one of my all-time favorite arts here. It's kind of a tie, so I'm gonna give you these two. One being this Mewtwo art here. This is one of the first
Super cool.
immersive holo cards that they've had.
Oh, I've seen that one. Okay. And you got the custom card made by that one person. I forget what their name was.
Yeah, Creative Hollow is the company that does this one.
You can find them on Etsy, right?
Yeah, on Etsy as well as Instagram.
Awesome.
Then this baby here.
Oh, that's beautiful. I have never even seen that art.
Yeah, it's a TCG Pocket card once again. But yeah, I put these two as tied for top illustrations of mine.
Nice.
This one's done by Kantaro. And then the one that I showed earlier was done by Nuri Kabe.
Nuri Kabe. Okay. And then you just put inept on a new artist. He's gonna be checking out Kazama.
Oh yeah.
Just sweet. Awesome. Hey, yeah, this is what it's all about, man. And I'm gonna, I know you're gonna have to start heading out here in a minute. I will too, but I just wanted to if you guys enjoyed this type of live, I mean, I know I could go on forever. I mean, I could go for another 2 hours. If the timing was right and stuff like that. I know Brandon's got to go as well, but this is what I love. You know what I mean? This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm making videos about. This is what I'm willing to sit here and stay up researching. I think and like you said before, it's very underserved in our community. I know Rob Does Pokemon is starting to kind of come back into this specifically what I'm doing as well. But I mean, there's only 2 of us that are doing it. I mean, from what I've seen, right? Very underserved, and it's a lot of fun. I think this is something that we need to start discussing a little bit more. And the more that we put it out into the forefront, kind of like Henry with his, different languages, foreign languages, the more we bring it out into the forefront, the more we, talk about it, the more we mention it, the more eyes that we're going to get on it, and the more people are going to start to really appreciate it. So I really appreciate you making the time for me and for everybody here, bro. I really, really, really do appreciate, you taking the time, bro, and just being a good friend, bro. Like, I think we became friends through Henry, but bro, we both grew up on Kingdom Hearts. We both grew up on Final Fantasy. We both grew up on Pokemon. There's a lot of things that kind of made
yeah.
that like strengthen that connection, you know. So I do appreciate you as a friend as well, bro, for just being super cool, super chill, always willing to talk. Um, and if we could do this again, dude, I'd be honored to continue to this as a thing, like maybe once a month or once every other month, whatever's comfortable for you. Because like I don't know who else I would want to like really deep dive into some of this, illustrator content and doing lives like these with. So thank you for giving us the time, and then hopefully we're able to do it again.
Hey man, yeah, I just want to say like I want to give my kudos to you for having me on this one, and as well as like giving me a chance, man. Like I know that I'm not a big YouTube channel or like a big YouTuber, but you having me on as just like a homie is really awesome, man. It's just like we're kicking back on the Xbox Live days. It's really sweet to be able to come and share the love of the hobby. I think of these types of conversations as kind of like a cleanse, dude, because like people just keep talking about the market and how it's the highest it's ever been. It's the craziest it's ever been. But can we just sit back and just enjoy some art, man? Can we forget the price tag attached to some of these cards and just look back and I think that's what's going to keep people in, man. Like it's up to you and the rest of the people like you to make sure that this goes on for generations to come. I don't think it's going to be the investors that are going to win that argument at the end of the day, because money can float wherever it needs to go to make that profit. Like they don't need Pokemon to make that money. Like they can go wherever they need to.
Yeah, 100%. I know we talked about real quick before we end it. We talked about just lasting long term, what's gonna matter at the end of the day, bro. Pokemon TCG is about the arts, has always been the arts, and will continue to be the arts. The money's gonna come and go, the hype is gonna come and go. We're gonna get times where it's gonna be up, we're gonna get times where it's gonna be down. Right now we're just on an extended up, but just talking about, like you said, bringing light to these things. Not everybody's doing it. Quite frankly, almost nobody's doing it. So, let's definitely make it, let's be the different ones, right? And just start putting more emphasis on it. I wanted to show this real quick before we end off here, in case anybody hasn't seen it yet. I got this from a local artist. He gave it to me because he's getting into painting Pokemon in his own little way. He asked me what my favorite Pokemon was. I couldn't give him one. I wanted to see 3 of them on here, so I gave him the Rayquaza, Mewtwo, and the Totodile. I know Totodile looks like he just smoked a blunt, but hey, I love it. I love it. He actually made a Zoro version of Totodile, where it's like green and it's got the 3 swords and stuff like that. So super cool. Wow. I just wanted you guys to see it. This is gonna go on.
I feel like so when he gave that to you, is that on what type of matting is that? Like what is it actually on? That black border? Like what is that? Is that a
he painted that?
So the stripe, the pinstripe is a painting, is a paint black. So what I think it needs is a black mat behind it. Is it like, can you show me the back of that? Is that like is it thick?
Yeah, it's a canvas.
Yeah, okay, so it's a canvas.
He just painted it. See?
Yeah, that's freaking crazy, dude. I don't know if you can find a way to put a black matting around it, but when you do that, that art is going to stand out so well. I feel like because it's white on white, it doesn't bring your eyes to that art. It needs more and sorry, like I went to if anybody doesn't know, I went to college for media production. I've been in art since middle school. I've done a lot of videography, photo editing, photography, and stuff like that. So I'm like, I get crazy about like the art, aspect of things. Yeah. But I think to give that art some more pull and more pop, it needs more black around it.
So almost like how you have your slab frames and like that all black one that you have right there.
Yeah.
Black background kind of.
So this isn't a good example. Dang. Yeah, this is kind of tough to say because this is the opposite of what I'm saying. But how this has like silver on the outside with
Mm-hmm.
the black pinstripe,
Mm-hmm.
but that brings attention when there's a black background. So if you put this behind black, that makes that card like pop out really hard because it's behind a black background. If you were to have it the reverse, which is what you have, is a white background, and then you put black
Oh,
behind it, then that's going to make that card pop
I
or
see
make
what
the
you
art pop.
mean.
Yeah, because it's white on white, it's kind of hard to see like where does it start, where does it stop.
Yeah, no. I definitely agree. One last thing here. And I've said, by the way, outstanding first live on the channel. Literally what I look for most on here these days. I appreciate it, bro. I'm really glad that, you know, it went well. I was very nervous at first. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got over that, you know, halfway through, and we were able to kind of chug along here. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Annette. You're always around, dude. And I love all your little your plays and things that you've done in the past. I'd love to see some more art perspective on what you've been able to pick up over the years in the chats.
Yeah, I think Inept definitely showed us today that he definitely pays attention to, you know, the things that we like as well. So I think it's really cool. We'll definitely continue, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. I don't want to keep Brandon too long. I appreciate you guys. Let me see. I don't know how to unlive. Oh, here we go. End stream. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good
Yeah.
one.
Thanks, Hector.
Of course, bro. Thank you.